வணக்கம். So far, we discussed the parameters in the basic views, purchase view, 4 MRP views, or scheduling view, forecasting view, plant data storage location views, and accounting and costing views. We also created those views one by one during each session for our business case materials. In this session, I will demonstrate the metal master management, including creation of the whole material, whatever the views were created from the beginning, or the creation of metal master by copying from another material, changing the material type, mass changes in the parameters in metal master, weaving the changes in the metal master, and also how to see the list of materials with various combinations. Before going into the session, let us see the answers for the quiz we discussed in the last session. What is the purpose of valuation class? Valuation class assigns material to the general ledger accounts. These general ledger accounts are updated when metal movements relevant to accounting occurs. The valuation class is assigned to a metal type through configuration. Also, please take note, the finance team, accounting team will take the inventory based on this valuation class definitions, like what is the like a raw material stock or finished good stock, all those things they will take based on this valuation class. What are the two generally used price control methods? That is the standard price and moving average price. Standard price is a fixed price. Moving average price will vary according to the movement of materials. How to avoid running costs for a material? By selecting the do not cost option in the costing view, we can stop creating costing view for the material. How to run costing for lot size of 100? Because sometimes we may not be able to run cost for one unit of material. That may lead to where the inaccuracy in the material. At that time, we may need to run cost for 100 or 10, like that. So at that time, we'll enter the costing lot size as 100 in the costing one view. So we continue the course with complete metal master demonstration with various actions. Just to refresh, we created the views relevant to our course PP and MM. The basic data 1 and basic data 2, these are organization independent. Then we created the purchasing view, that is a plant specific. After this, we created 4 MRP views, which are plant specific and store location specific. Then we discussed and created work scheduling and forecasting views, which are plant specific. Also, we discussed the plant data store location view, which are store location specific. Finally, we discussed the accounting and costing views, which are plant specific and valuation type specific. We have not discussed or created the views like sales views, warehouse management, PPDS views, those things which are not directly related to our course as of now. So we have not created. But later, whenever there is a requirement, we will create and we will discuss them. We will see the demonstration of the following: creation of material right from the beginning, creation of a material copying from another material, change the material type of a material, mass change of parameters or mass maintenance of parameters in materials, view the changes in the metal master, and also the list of materials report. Let us first see the creation of metal from the beginning, how to create it. We'll create the HGMC TRNG IP1002 with for the business case. I am creating this material for the purpose that I will be using it later. Please remember, always we refer the material from TRNG anywhere when create. So here I am creating IP. So I will be referring the TRNG IP1001 while creating this material. And also, in addition to these things, as a best practice, it is always suggested to prepare the parameters in Excel file, which I shared in the beginning of this course, right? The business case, like that, we have to update the parameters and ensure that all the parameters are collected for the material. Then only we have to start creating the materials. Do not create the materials in between just like that. This is very important. Start to create the materials, only all the parameters are collected from the relevant stakeholders. If we do not fill them, then later it will create a lot of issues. This is very, very important. Okay, let us see the demonstration of creating the metal master from the beginning. So to create the metal master, you know the transaction code now, MM01. So I'm going to create a new material, that is SGMC-TRNG-IP1002. This is the material I'm going to create. So what is the material type I'm going to create? That material type I have to select. We know that this is IP1002, so we'll set as semi-finished product, right? And then maybe as a default, let us check what is the industry sector. It should be M, that is what we are using, right? We proceed. And here, this is the in-house production item. So let us check all the views are selected there. Basic data 1, 2, purchasing, purchaser. Purchasing, why it is there? Sometimes we may buy it from outside, so we just keep it ready. And then we have the forecasting. See there, work scheduling view is not there. If it is in-house production material, work scheduling view is must. So we have to create that. So let us select it. This is why I told before starting, you have to ensure that all the parameters are there. Okay. Now accounting view, costing, all these things are selected. So we are all set to start creating the material, right? Okay, right. And also what is the organization structure? Now let us go there and see. Here we have this plant and the store location. With reference to this, we are going to create. So we are in the first page where the metal code is default there. We have to fill other details. As a practice, we take the reference material, that is TRNG IP1001. I take as a reference. Here also I select this scheduling view which is missing there. Now I am coming here. This is a display. I refer this metal for always the purpose. Okay. The description, because I am following some logic, right? So I'm using this logic here. For example, the input helical input for training purpose input is 002. I am checking other details, the basic unit of measure, material group. So this basic unit of measure is pieces. Normally, it is better to select this kind of unit of measurement from the selected the F4, the possible entries. Otherwise, we may enter something the similar unit of measurement that may create some issue. So we select this PC from here, that is pieces. Then metal group is, this is the semi-finished product. So we select this L003 semi-finished product. And weight details also, let us update. Here we will update the weight of that IP1002. Just I'm checking here whether the field or parameters. So let us assume it is 42 kg gross weight and for 32 kg net weight. Okay. After filling this basic data too, we have not used it. Purchasing view again. In purchasing view, what we have? So let us go and refer it. And also here, if the buyer is different, we have to update the different buyer. But here I am assuming the same buyer is there. So let me use this same parameters which will be using here. So 001, and also I'm using this metal group is already coming from the basic view. We are not filled. Similarly, basic unit measurement also coming from basic view. We are filling only the purchasing group and the purchasing value key. That is selling the remainder and all. And also it is giving the warning message whether all these things are okay or not. If you are okay, proceed. Purchase order text. So here in the reference metal we have not filled any purchase order text, but here if we want to fill, we can fill. For example, here I want to write something like if any delivery before this is date, I will not accept. Anything which is given after some date, those things will be inverted only with some penalty. Like this we can write whatever the related to the purchasing instruction. In basic data we have the basic data text. There it is better we fill only the product related parameters. Here we will write the instructions which is specific to the vendors, which is common for all vendors. If you have anything which is specific to vendor, then those details we can write in the purchase info record, that we will discuss later. Okay. This is purchase order text which we want to give a common instruction to all the suppliers. And then we are coming to the MRP1 view. In MRP1 view, what are the details there? Especially general data, MRP procedure, those kind of things. General data, these details are already captured from the previous views, that the basic views and purchasing group. Now we are having this MRP type and MRP controller. These are the two parameters we are using. So we are putting the MRP type. What is that? Go and put F4. See, most of the times you use this F4 and select the parameters so that we can see what are the other possible entries also. Or if you are filling all the Excel file properly, then we can just keep proceeding. Then lot sizing procedure details. What are all the lot size data? So here we are using EX, that is lot for lot. We have not filled anything else. So we just put this EX. Okay. Lot for lot EX is the lot size procedure. Okay. Now we filled all these things. Now press enter. System will take us to the MRP2 view. So in MRP2 view, what are the details we are expecting? All the procurement integrated related, procurement production related details. So we go to MRP2. So there is a procurement type X. Please note it is X. Actually, this is in-house production item, right? But in the metal type, because this is the metal type now. Okay, when I press metal type now, system is telling here please enter these details. So I'm entered the detail. The HALB. So this HALB material type in configuration we set the procurement type as to pick X because I may produce inside, I may buy from outside. That is why the purchasing view also came here. But normally it is suggested to have this one specific procurement type. You put E here. And then production store location is what? Backflush. Those parameters we go on to update them. Production store location is 171.1a. And then backflush we update here. Okay. These parameters we update. And then we come to this in-house production and then goods visit processing time. Those details also let us update. In-house production time 2 days, goods visit processing time 1 day. We fill those details. And then what else? Let us proceed with the other details now. Okay, MRP 3 view. Okay, here we have this service level which is filled there. We filled it. This service level, how it is used, we will discuss it later. But I explained you the concept when you are discussing MRP 2. But using them, applying them in the planning, I will explain you later. And then MRP3 view, we have this period indicator. Please note it is here W, but as a default, it's coming M. So we'll go and update this weekly. I explained you why we are filling this weekly because normally in a month, the consumption may happen more in the last week. That fluctuation has to be considered for safety stock calculation. Now we are coming to the strategies like planning strategy group is what, back consumption mode is what, backward forward, then period is what, 30 days, 30 days, all these details we fill. Okay, and then availability check, here it is yes sir, there also we put it as yes sir. Okay, right, and then we move to the next one. MRP4 view, will check it the for the metal already we are using MRP4. There is a production version tick is there. Okay, because this metal is already we created production version, but here this AP102 now only we are creating, so production version may not be there. Then we go to the forecasting view. So here forecasting view, again the forecasting model D is there. Let us create it and keep it. Also purpose of forecasting I will explain you. Okay, I mean purpose we explained already. How to use them, no, I will discuss during the planning and the different scenarios. Okay, right. And then for scheduling view, here for our practice purpose we just updated this. We are not use these other parameters like production supervisor, production scheduling profile. I will explain you how it is required, then we will fill this detail, come back and fill it, then only we will understand them, right? Here we have this like in-house production time also in days is coming from MRP2 view, but there is other things like setup time, other things. Those things if we fill, what will happen? Those things also we'll discuss later in the planning team. Now we are setting the basic scenarios, basic stage for our practice purpose. Now we're scheduling, then plant store location one view. So details what is there. We just compare with the training metal, we keep proceeding. Then plant data storage location two view. There also we check it, we proceed. Here the basic data view weight details are there. Here also when you go and check those details we filled already, it is coming here, right? So we got the details. For example, if you have different value required for this metal, we can update here. And then profit center, if you want, we can update here. And then accounting view, here what is important, valuation class. So let us go and check what is valuation class. The 7,900 stock is showing 25. Why stock is showing 25 there? Because I am using it, I produced, but when you produce a new metal master, there it will be zero. I have the valuation class. What is the standard price for this material? So already we fill the standard price 25 here, so I assume some value here, so I put this same 25 and update this standard price and proceed here. Okay, so standard price is update. And what are the other parameters, right? So here we have this period details and other things, but just because we are creating new, we may not see other details. So let us go to accounting 2. There are no details, we fill it. Costing 1 view, you have to check the variance and other detail. Anything else is there in costing 1? Let us check. There, see the quantity structure tick is there, variance key is there, costing lot size is there. Those things let us ensure those details are there. The version indicator is not there because we have not updated the production version so far. Okay, right. Then costing 2, if you go and see, then the current cost what we entered as standard price, that will be appearing in the costing 2 view. So now that also we go and see that, and the other details which are carried from the valuation class, those things will ensure that they are in the costing 2 view when you are creating it. Okay, if you do one or two times, everything will come. Okay, but initially we are doing it, just why we are updating them. So here the current cost is there, then the valuation class is there, price unit is there, price is updated, future price we have not run anything, previous price is not there. So only the details which are required, what is being updated, they are available here. Okay, right. So with these things we save it. So the Metal Master, from the beginning we created the IP1002 with reference to IP1001. Okay, right. Like this, you have to practice one by one. But in the long term, right, when you are working with the materials, it will be easy for you. Tak, 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 you will create. But there is a tendency that to create the mistakes there. That is why I suggested best case is fill the details in the Excel. Start creating Metal Master only with the full kit is available. Also, every time Metal Master is created, think that you are learning for first time and doing it so that we can avoid lot of mistakes and problems which are coming later. So now let us create one material copying from other material. Now I am going to create output OP1002 copying from OP1001. Though we are copying the metal from another reference material, again as a best practice, please prepare the parameters in Excel file. Also ensure that all the parameters are full kit available, then start creating it. This is always should be the best practice. Now we'll see the demonstration of creating a metal master copying from other material. Okay. So here we go there to copy this also. What is the transaction? Same MM01. Okay. I'm going to create OP1002. Okay. So metal code is name is OP1002. And from where I want to create, I want to create it from OP1001. So let us refer the copy from material. Okay. I'm putting a trng hyphen OP1001. So I updated this, right? Metal class, metal type, those things already there. Again I go and check the views, all the views are there. Again the work scheduling view is missing. I see why I purposely put here the missing the work scheduling is we have to check the views always. That is the purpose I am putting it here. Okay, otherwise I can make the default. See again, copy from where we are copying the parameters we are creating in the new plant. I mean the plant 1710 a I am copying from other plant. Sometimes I can copy from another plant also. So those details have to capture. See now, most of the all the details are copied from the other material because they are already copying from no another material, so they are there. But what is required, we have to change those things. This is the purpose we need to all the details in Excel file so that we can update them properly when it is there. This is one common mistake people do it. When they copy from other material, they just copy and put it. They avoid some changes that is leading to a lot of duplicate materials, wrong parameters, those things. So we should have the full kit input when you are starting creating the metals. So we check all the other details. So purchase order text for the OP101 was blank, but OP102 I want to ensure some details. As I told, purchase order text is an instruction common for all the suppliers. Basic data text you have to use it for the specific to the products. Like that, on the specific to suppliers any instruction that you can use in the info record. Okay, now we check all the MRP parameters copied from other material. Here I want to do some little bit tunings like in-house production instead of 1 it is 2. Either we can go on changing them, right? Other parameters, see the period indicators, because it is copied from other, it is all okay. Just I have to ensure is there any update I have to do, all the things are okay or not. And then then I am updating MRP4. There is no production. See here, production version is not copied from other metal because we are copying from other metal. It is not the default. It will copy the production version because this production version has to refer specific BY and specific routing. So we have to create it. That's what system is telling. Now we are checking the forecast parameters and then what scheduling view parameters, and then we'll go and check the plant data store location parameters, plant data store location to view parameters. Like this we keep proceeding for other views, right? All the details are capturing here. Keep enter. Again system is asking profit center, we are not using it, we proceed. Accounting one details are there. Here it is copying from other material. Valuation class we check, that is fine. This price of this metal I want to change it like 48 rupees, $48. Also the group currency and also the company currency I'm updating this. And let me proceed with the accounting 2 and then costing 2 details. Okay, we keep proceeding. Accounting 1, accounting 2, costing 1, and all the parameter because these are all copying from other metal, right? So all these details are there. Okay, so we created the materials. See now, by copying the metal from another view, it took only 3 minutes 30 seconds. When we created the metal from the beginning, the previous metal, no, that was taking 10 minutes 30 seconds, right? So both are for a beginner. If a experienced person means that the 10 minutes maybe only 3 minutes, the 3 minutes maybe 1 minute. What I'm telling is there is a considerable saving of time compared to the creation of new material or copying from other material. At the same time, care must be taken to update the relevant parameters for the new materials. That is why I was insisting as a best practice, always update all the parameters in Excel file. Ensure that those parameters are updated. Otherwise, you will make mistake. Okay, please follow this best practice rule. Right. Change in the material type. This is not a normal transaction to be practiced. Because in the beginning, when you create the metal master, you should pay utmost attention while creating the material. That is very, very important. Because changing metal type will have a lot of consequences. Because in the testing scenario, we are going to change it. But here we are not performed any transaction. We are not in purchasing, we are not done production, we are not put in inventory. So this is a very easy in test scenario. But in the practical situation, there may be sales order, there may be production order, there may be inventory, that may be no, there are many things may be there. So we have to be very careful in the when you're doing it. So it is beginning itself you have to do. We discussed earlier. So what are all the rules we need to follow? What are all the some conditions when you're changing material type? All these things will be there. So care must be taken to create the metal master with the proper material type. If at all any change, all these whatever the conditions which are here, and also the rules like stock should not be there, open order should not be there, those things are to be followed. Remove them from the stock, then update it again, we have to bring it back, right? That is a practical thing. Now I am just telling how to change the material type just in the simple condition that I will show you. So to change the material type, what is the transaction? Okay, so let us go and see in the system. So here, let me not go to the transaction directly. Let me use the menu path. So here I go to the metal management. I go to the metal master. I go to material, right? So here I see the change the material type. MMAM. This is the transaction. I put the, so what is the material I want to change? This is the material for which I want to change the material type. What is the new metal type I want to create? Hope you remember we created this as a semi-finished group, right? It is a metal group what was created. I want to now convert into some other material type. What is other material type? For example, I want to convert into finished product. Okay, so let me select this finished product. Now I enter these details. Now I enter. No, system is taking old metal type default because that is already there, right? Now I execute it. So when I execute it, system will give some message. Let me see that what is it giving. So here it is telling you are changing a metal type from the semi-finished to the finished product. So it is giving some message here. Are you okay? Now it is okay means it is telling. Second, it is telling please check the valuation class, because for this material type valuation class, because it is FERT, right? Valuation class, if you go and see, there may be some options. For FERT material type, if I go and put the possible entry, there are two valuation classes there, 7920, 7922. So this also we have to select it. So here let me select this 7920 is okay for me. I proceed with this. Okay, I gave it. See now metal type change. Right? This is a simple way. That's it. Okay. I went and see that. Now I want to see that metal type for the metal change it, right? How do I go? I go to the view metal master. I see there, and here see the metal type. It is FERT. This is one way to see this. How to see the other changes in mass, we'll go and see later. There are some different way to do it. But now what changed, whether it got affected or not, that one I am showing here. That's it. Okay. So the material type change is very simple because we are not done any transaction. It is not in stock. So that we did it very easily. But in practical situation, I told this is very much complicated, very difficult task. So please be careful when you do this kind of activity. Then we will discuss the mass change or mass maintenance of the parameters in a metal master. Because due to business reasons, that may be necessary to change a few parameters in mass for huge number of materials. So example of the parameters like MRP controller, purchasing group, because a metal from one person to another person responsible might have changed, buyer might have been changed, the procurement type might have been changed, lot size may be required to change. Like this, there may be various changes. So individually going and changing one by one may take huge efforts. The mass change option will be very productive in this case. At the same time, this transaction must be used very carefully and before we use this for anything. So here for this mass change, for the metal masters, we use a transaction called MM17. Okay. So, what are the steps involved in doing this mass change of the material? Okay, right. Go to the MM17 transaction, specify the selection criteria. What criteria we need to use for these materials, and select the fields. What fields we need to change. Enter the new value. We have to run this in simulation mode just to check it. Run whether the changes happened or not in the simulation mode. Review the log, and then go on to change it. After the simulation, we have to run the fresh run, check the log if there any problem. After completing this change, as a best practice, it must be communicated to the relevant stakeholders. Many companies, what do they do, right? Just they change the metal master and keep it, but it has to be communicated, and also it has to be documented. That is another important thing. So we have to change the process. When you do it, we have to document these things, because in future we should know that why we changed this. That's a very important. Okay, let us go and see the demonstration of mass maintenance of the metal master parameters. So what is the transaction we told? It is the MM17. But where is it? Where is the MM17? So we'll go and check. Okay, see here under the metal design above the metal master. So when you go to this MM17, system is giving some message. Hey, be careful. There are many things which are getting affected. Table is getting affected, and also procedure is what, select the multiple tables like this. Many procedures. Please go through them. Now I want to change some parameter which is plant data material. So this is why we want to understand which are all plant data, which are all plant specific, those details we need to understand. Now we want to change some parameter here, plant data, which is in the table called MARC, right? I go inside. So system is again telling, please note that any object change, it will affect the other areas simultaneously. So this is what the selection parameter. Okay. So here I want to see the materials which are starting with the HGMC TRNG and under which plant, right? Let me go and select the 1710. That is the plant what we are discussing. Now I run it. See, it will give the list of materials. This is the list of materials I selected. So now I want to change what parameter, that also you have to tell, right? So I go and select the what is the field I need. So I have to go and choose the field, that is select the field. So system is showing all the plant specific parameters here. Okay. Here I want to change the MRP control. This is in the ascending order, right? So I can easily find out where is that MRP controller. See, this is MRP controller. I go and move it to the left side so that it will appear as the selected field. See, now it is appearing here as a selected field. Here we can do 18 field like this at a time we can change 18 field. So we have the new field. What is the new value I want to update? This is MRP controller. So it is showing all the parameters. I want to change to a new MRP controller 001. Whether I want to change for all the materials, that is again I can restrict it. No, I don't want to change all the materials. Only that S03 to 001, that one I do. So that one I can do with a restriction. So I go and click on the restriction. So replace only the parameters from S03 to S001, not all the MRP controller I don't want to change. Okay, that condition also we can give it here relevant. So I select the column, that MRP, what is the column, I take it, and then I go and do the simulation run, test changes. Okay, I can run the test change, and then system will give what is happening there. Okay, and also please check all the other parameters, the selection, all those details you selected. I go and do the test change. Okay, so I press the test change. So here it is giving the message what are the things which is happening, because we selected all the materials, it is showing all the things, but change would have been happened only to this material what we selected, that S03, right? CP1003 and CP1006, but we have not got any right, the red or yellow messages. So okay, now we will go and check, right? This is the execution, perform the mask change. Here I press it, see that CP103 changed to 001. Similarly, CP106 changed to 01 from those things. I save it. Now system is telling, so you want to save it changes, they will be immediate effect, proceed or not. Yes, I proceed with it. I press OK. Then system is giving me this message. So those parameters, whatever the things there, all are in the green only, so that I can proceed with this. Right? Right. So that's what we see here. And what are all the parameters here? We got it. The messages, we can see that the trying to change, metal has been changed, those parameters are coming there. Now we can go and check what the metal master has changed. Those parameters we can check it, and then we can proceed. How to check those changes? Where are the changes are there? Those things we will go and check. Okay, right. This is what is now we are doing this mass maintenance of the materials. So we have to be very careful in doing it. Now I changed this 001, right? And if I want to change it back again, go to this same parameters. I go and select this and run this one and put this new as S03, old what is that S001 and do it. Then I can proceed because I want to revert back. For test case, what I need S03 for the purpose of demonstration. I converted S03 to um, 001, but I don't want to keep it as a 001 because I want to continue. Now itself I want to do. I do not want to forget it. So this is what is importance of master data. We should not lose any attention that when you are changing something, no, for the purposes. Again, the MRP controller I select here. Okay, so here MRP controller, I want to change it. I move it to this field where I want to change, and here I select it. What is the new value I want to put? From 001, I want to move it to S03, mean I want to revert it back. So new one is S03 I want to select, and I want to change not all the materials, only restricting the materials which are having MRP controller 001. I select it and then I proceed. Okay, right. Now when you're doing this, right, just I want to show you that there are different icons here. So please go through individual icons which are there. So here we are in the select fields. No, we can select up to 18 fields we discussed. Then deselect all, select all, like these various parameters are there. Select options, select block. So please practice those things. What are all the because in this session, go on showing everything will take a lot of time. So I'm just showing that key important thing you can do because this test box, right? You can do it, and then we proceed, and then do the changes. That's how metal has been. Again, we change it back the 001 MRP controller to S03. So with this, we showed the demonstration. At the same time, we brought the parameters back to the original also, right? So at the same time, please understand, if you do any change, it is going to do the change for all the materials, all the parameters in mass, just one stroke, right? So we have to be very careful when you're doing this transaction. It's very, very important. Okay, the parameters are made change. With this, we completed the mass maintenance of the parameter, where we change the MRP controller from S03 to 001, again back from 001 to S03. See, at times it is necessary to review the changes in the metal master because there may be many reasons. Just now we saw that, right? MRP controller, if something is changed, that specific MRP controller one day is seeing his list, the metal is not appearing. That may be a problem, right? Because that changes may be leading to wrong planning, wrong results of procurement. Many things may happen. So we want to see that at that time we want to analyze. If you want to analyze means first we have to understand whether the changes has happened or not. These changes can be checked through MM04 or in the metal master display itself. Let us see how to see that. So how to see that I told you, right? So there is a transaction code I mentioned, but again let us seek the help of the menu path. Where is the that transaction code for seeing the changes? So this is MM04 we saw that. Okay, that page we saw that. So here put the plant material code under the plant. Here I want to see what are the changes. Enter the parameter, execute. So here see that it is showing the date, time, who changed everything. I select particular line and put the display. So here it is showing from S0301 at the time 18th March 2029 time. This has been changed, right? This is showing the details. Similarly, there is another change which has happened after this. That we go and select it, and then we go and select it. Okay. Now it is showing from 001 S03 it is moved. So just now I was showing the demonstration. No, those things are showing here as the changes. So like this we can see. Now when I am seeing the metal master, that itself I want to see, right? I am just checking the metal master. There itself I want to see. So here also you can see. How we would see, go to the environment, display changes. So when you press this display change, it is going back to the same result what we saw there, right? MM04, this was the result. MM03 also display changes, environment display changes, we went back there. So through MM04 also we can see, or when you are seeing the metal master, there itself also you can see the changes in the metal master. Material list, whatever the material list we want to see, these things can be seen through the transaction called MM60. Here we can see the details without plant and valuation class. If we see what will be the result, with the plant without valuation class, if it what will happen, with the plant with valuation class, like these various parameters are there. So this is what I told in the previous some one of the sessions. Selecting parameters to run any report is very important, because that will give lot of advantages and saving lot of time. Only required information will get. So let us go and see that metal list parameter. Where is it? In the menu path. So here we are in the menu path. We go there. We go to the material master. In the materials, under this other, we have this MM60. Okay. Go and select this MM60. And I want to see this in different combinations, as I told. So first what I do, I remove everything. I remove the material. I remove the plant. I remove the valuation class. These are the things which are coming default, because this is what we normally using it. So I remove them, remove this one, and also remove the evaluated materials icon. I just execute. So what will happen now? There may be some restriction that we have to enter some parameter, but here is running. It is giving all the materials in this system. So this test system is giving all the materials, but I am not interested in all this. So what I am interested, I am interested in the metal starting with the SGMC. This is the purpose why we have to create the materials in proper logic. Okay. I don't feel plant, I don't feel valuation class. Now what is the point? System is showing all the materials starting with the SGMC. This may be plant specific, or there is no plant also. No plant means only basic data we have been created. That is also there, right? And also, if seeing this now with the plant when we created also, there are some field like valuation class, those things are not selected. So here, what is it showing? It is showing that in the system, whatever the material starting with the GMC, irrespective of anything else, it is showing the results. Okay, whether it is having the other parameters or not, we are setting it. Only filter here, what we used is SGMC, starting with the SGMC, like that. Okay, right. Now let us go back and see that what's going to happen in the next step. Now I want to see the metals which are related to 1710 only, mean which are assigned to the plant. There we saw the metals which are not the assigned to the plant. Must see here the plant column. Everything is filled with 1710. Nothing is empty, which means that any plant specific some views are created. So I see the metals relevant to plant, not any other plant, but there are some parameters who are not filled there. That also I see there. Okay. Right. So which means I created some purchasing view, but not the valuation class and all. So now I select valuated materials. Valuated metal means I created the accounting view and completed the metal master almost. Right. That's what I see. See here now I see the materials with specific to plant, specific to valuation class, and SGMC starting. So here almost for all the training materials I created all the views. So it is appearing everything. Others no, maybe the other people who are hired the demonstrated servers, you have not completed most of the materials, and if you are practicing separately, please complete all this. That is what is the more important for you. Okay, so this list of materials display is very important, and the selecting parameter to the metal is critical. So in this session we creating a metal right from the beginning, creation of metal, copying from another material, changing the material type, mass maintenance of parameters in the metal masters, and view changes in materials, and also list of materials. Okay, to refresh our understanding, let us go through some quiz questions. During mass maintenance of metal master, for the selected field, there is a need to change only from specific value to new value. How to do it? During planning process, it was found some metal was not planned, but in the early planning process, it was planned. What is the thing we have to do first? We have to analyze it. There is a need to see only evaluated metals in plant. How to see them? Is it possible to create metal with one material type from another material type? This I did not tell in this session, but I want you to do some analysis, come back. And in mass maintenance transaction of metal master, how many fields can be changed in the maximum? Okay, right. We'll see the answers in the next session. So the assignment here is create all the views required for the PPMM course business case, because I completed all the cases, all the materials views required for our course as of now, and also I showed a complete demonstration. Please complete all the materials so that you can follow with me for the next sessions, which are on bill of material and the other activities. After understanding various parameters in Metal Master and how to manage the Metal Master from different aspects, so next step is to create bill of materials. For bill of material, we are going to create for what? In-house production item and subcontracting item. And before we go there, create all the views for the metals we created with the help of the demonstration. You can do it. Whatever the classifications you need, please put them in the comment section. They will be answered then and there. If you like to hire the dedicated server practice along with me, please write to me in the mail given here, info@vgrowin.com, and please suggest your friends and colleagues to subscribe to the channel because this is the knowledge sharing session. Let them also get the benefit. Thank you. See you in the next session. Take care. Bye.